Hello and welcome to the first in a small series of weaponless speedrun tutorials. In this episode we shall cover Prelude and the 5 levels within. I'm going into this under the assumption that you, as a viewer, already know most of the tech that I'll use within here. I will name them as I go, of course, but I will not be covering a bunch on how to do all of the tech. A small recap: the main requirement for a weaponless speedrun is to not use any weapon. Picking up a weapon is fine, although for this run I'm going to be, for most runs I go through, avoiding them is the common thing. And with that, not much left to say, but to begin. We play on violent. It's faster than standard by a good bit, decent bit anyways. And we go into that. Timer starts on pressing the no, of course. So you press tab while you're falling, slide, check you're using the red arm, go up here, punch, break open that, and the timer starts. Here at this corner, explode to get rid of them. I usually reverse into the pipe clip, but you can do it however method you want. And then use a USJ to get over here, and that's the first bit. Now, of course, when you get over here, what I did was a USJ ultra slide jump, but you don't actually have to risk that tricky technique if you want to. You can just do slam storage, wait till you get high enough, and then time out your dashes a bit with some of the falling, and you can also end up over here. But better than that. And so to deal with the malicious face in this room, you simply go in, don't get too close, otherwise his attack pattern changes. There's parry, parry, and parry. Typically that'll be the movements he does, but sometimes he changes them up a bit here and there and fires more red, fires less, etc, etc. But he always starts off with one single of the red attack, and so you can parry it very easily. And that is into the fire. Typical time for this level is, if you get under 30 seconds, you're doing pretty good. Under 30 seconds is pretty good. From what I can recall, my personal best is 24 seconds, but if you can get under 30 is what you should aim for, generally, that you can make into a good full game run. And next we go on to 02. So 02 begins. You go on here, skip all of that, go on here, jump and fill all these with a blue arm, and then when you get to this one you switch to the red so you can do this and kill the rest of them. You slide on in here, let that take out them, boost, red, do that again, and manually take down that person. You can let the crusher take it out if you want to, but it's a little bit slower. Whiplash to break them, it's much faster. Go in there, let them go, and then dash. Punch, switch to blue to take on that one, switch to red to do this. And then whiplash, take out the rest. Pretty simple. I have routed already the clip as well. For 02, I've routed the other clip. When you clip into the door at the beginning, you can still do that without having a shotgun. It's a bit trickier and that, but in my routing of it, I actually realized it wasn't that much faster if you don't have the ultra boost. Using a ultra slide jump still isn't fast enough to make that useful in a proper run. So just go through the main level and you'll be fine. Next up here we have 03. 03 is probably the trickiest out of all of the Prelude ones, just because it's Swords Machine. What I'm going to do is head over to the corner here, jump up and jump. So long as you break the glass, it really doesn't matter where you are, but generally I prefer to be near the corner so that I can have the wall jumps. Parry, punch, slam, and then typically all Sword Machine is parrying. You just want to parry everything you can. Typically, if you want to just consider, you want to watch your health though, because like he does do a lot of damage still. And once he gets to halfway, he drops a shotgun. It's kind of slightly unpredictable where that'll land. It'll always be on Swords Machine's left side, of course. Or his right, sorry, yeah. Your left, Swords Machine's right. To conserve health, when you parry, dash forward, I would say. Because that avoids his attack. And then there you go. It's straightforward enough, but just tricky to get parry timing down right. Sub 1 minute is what you want to aim for this one. 58 is generally, my personal best is 42 seconds, but that's like, you get absolutely everything perfect and you parry him like very quickly down. Now we're on to the third easiest level in the entire weaponless run, full game, which is 04. Very straightforward. Only reason it's not one of the very easiest is because you have this room here where you do actually have to kill some stuff. So up to the red for the last, so you can do that. And you can take out this Malface in a single parry if you get the timing right. Conserve stamina, so you can go to this room very quick, get to this room, and slam storage up there, skip the spawn trigger, and beat it. No, generally 30 seconds is what you want to aim for that. You don't really often see much lower than 30 seconds for that level. And now on to the longest of all of the Prelude weaponless levels, 05. 05 begins with this. Let's go out here, dash up across to there, and done. That as soon as you open the door, you checkpoint so that you can get him spawning quicker. There you go. Another thing that you can do, instead of doing just the slam storage into the slide jump, you can do here and do an ultra slide jump. It saves 1 second if you're able to get it perfectly, but that's not a huge big deal anyways. Now the strategy for Cerberus is just punch him in his knees as much as you can, and when he does that, just do a slam and punch. There is a parry that you can do, but because his projectile is very sort of inaccurate-ish, I guess, like it doesn't always line up in the same spot for you to parry. It's tricky to manage, so I don't usually go for it. I just find it easier to just beat them down. And then once you get the second one up, you want to just manage both of these healths, both of the Cerberus's health very neatly if you can, because it is you don't want to deal with one of these dudes weaponless enraged. Not that they're like, the only thing that's different is they speed up a lot, so yeah, dealing with them for too long when they're enraged can be annoying. Slam storage so you can skip the door down, and that is 05 done. Typically for 05 you want to go anywhere from you want to be about 125-ish if you do everything just right. You can 130 to 120 generally though. 120 is my personal best, so generally thereabouts is the time you're looking for that. And now that is Prelude. Let's see, I have a list of stuff here just should I notice to mention. In 01 there is when you're practicing the pipe clip, you will probably, I mean I've only ran into it when I was doing it my method, which is just backward sliding into it. because I find it a little bit easier. But sometimes the pipe will launch you itself, by itself, and typically that is faster than setting up either a slam storage or the ultra slide jump to launch you. So sometimes the pipe will launch you itself. Just keep on holding backslide and it'll launch you all the way towards the door, and then you can just do some dashes to fix it up there. Beyond that, that's Prelude Weaponless, done and dusted. If you have any questions about particular movement that I did, or why I did this or the other, ask them in the comments. I probably do have a reason, I just have forgotten it after so much time. If you have any suggestions for optimization and such, do tell. I'm always up for tips and tricks. And if you have anything to say otherwise, just leave a comment. I'll be definitely looking through the rest of these. Such. Hopefully I will get Limbo out in a while or so. It'll be soon enough-ish. Just depends on getting around to it. And beyond that, that is Weaponless Prelude. Best running to you all, and good luck.